Hi everyone, Ashlyn Giza YouTube channel. Today I'm going to talk about embarrassing moments. I thought I would change it up a little bit because lately my videos have kind of been kind of intense and depressing, so to speak, and so like negative. So I'm going to lighten it up today and talk about a few funny, embarrassing moments that have happened to me. So, embarrassing moment number one. I was hanging out with a bunch of my friends at a pool party. We were um, playing pool volleyball, and I went up to go spike the ball. And when I kind of jumped up to spike the ball, my daughter, my oldest daughter, she was way younger at the time, obviously, but she pulled the string of my bikini because it was a string bikini that you tie up top here and tie kind of like the midsection there, and she tied the top off and down it came, and luckily like I know this sounds kind of weird, but like luckily I had a good body back then because that would have been even more embarrassing for me now that I'm older and my body's not as good. But it was still embarrassing anyways because yeah, who wants to be topless in front of a bunch of your friends? So that was that was embarrassing moment number one. Embarrassing moment number two was okay, this actually happened, the second one and the first one, or actually all my embarrassing moments I think happened at the same person's house. I was friends with this guy for since I was like 10 or whatever, and we were super, super, super close. His parents both ended up passing away, rest in peace, but um, they were like my second mom and dad, so sometimes I even stayed the night there. But not, and my oldest sister was friends with his brother and sister, but needless to say, so embarrassing moment number two was that I was at my same friend's house. I went to go to the bathroom, and I kind of noticed like some magazines, and I was just kind of grabbed one and was kind of looking, and then like went to put it away when I was done. Went to wipe and wash my hands and flush the toilet and all the stuff that we do when we go to the bathroom. But when I wiped, okay, most women know you're supposed to wipe front to back. So I was doing what women are supposed to do, and I took the toilet paper and wiped front to back. When I wiped back, I thought I got all the toilet paper. Like, obviously, like, I thought all the toilet paper was in the toilet. Luckily, I didn't like poop or anything like that, but like, I went pee and I just wiped good, and my toilet paper got stuck, got caught on my pants. I wiped and pulled my pants up, obviously shortly after, and it caught the toilet paper from the toilet and was hanging out of my pants. So I'm thinking nothing's hanging down the back of my pants. I'm thinking, okay, I'm going out here now again to socialize with everybody. I go out and my friend, my really good friend, starts laughing hysterically, like so bad his eyes are watering, he can't breathe. I'm like sitting there clueless, like, what? Just tell me, what? And he finally said, like, got it out finally, barely, because he's laughing so hard that there was toilet paper hanging out of my pants. So I'm like, well, I was embarrassed, so embarrassed. But I was witty, and I came up with, at least you know I wipe. So there's that one, and then number four was let me think for a second. Oh, okay. So this one's a little like, I mean, this one would be not funny to some people. But the reason why it's funny to me and was funny to me, it's just funny, is because all these people that this happened in front of, I was super close with, like knowing them forever, and hung out with them like on a daily basis. So it wasn't like these were just like acquaintance friends or friends that I never really hung out with that much or anything like that, because I was super close with them. But nonetheless, I'm sitting down, and we were all in kind of like a circle. Like there's a couple people sitting on my friend's bed. There was a couple people sitting in his little like hippie recliner thing he had, and a couple of people sitting on the floor. And I talk in my previous videos that I about addiction and about drugs and stuff like that. And back in the day when I was like a preteen and teenager and stuff, I smoked marijuana and I dabbled in a few other things. But this this day we were all smoking weed. So I we were, kind of just feeling funny and high, and stuff. I don't know what I can and can't say on YouTube because I'm still kind of new to this, but we were laughing and just having a good time. And this was funny to me. So I'm sitting Indian style like I am right now, my legs crossed. I'm like sitting Indian style, and someone passes the joint. And when they give it to me, they must have noticed in between my legs, I got my monthly gift, my menstrual cycle. So my period. So my friend started laughing so hard. Once again, the same friend that caught me with the toilet paper, that saw my daughter pull my bikini top, everything, was laughing so hard, and again could barely get it out, and said, "You need to go ask my mom for clothes because you got your period." And he was laughing so hard. Now, mind you, I know most women are probably thinking, wouldn't she know when she was getting her period? Most people track that down. Okay, no, because this was actually the first time that I was getting it. So I was like 12. So, and yeah, I shouldn't have been smoking marijuana or any of that when I was 12, but I explained my life, how I was raised and grew up and stuff in other videos. But we were doing that, and that's what happened. And that was embarrassing too, but it was funny because these were people that were like caring friends. They weren't laughing at me, at my expense. They were just laughing, like, because we were kids. And so those were a couple embarrassing moments for me. I'd have to say that the toilet paper one was like the worst, because I mean, yeah, toilet paper hanging out of your freaking pants. But then this one, okay, this is the very last one. Now, I just explained to you guys how I used to smoke marijuana and I shouldn't have been doing that at a young age, but I did it. I don't do it anymore, but I did it. So I smoked, I got high, I walked over to my friend's house, because this is back in like the early 2000s or late 90s, where you could still kind of walk places and no one really kidnapped anybody. Like, I know that's always been a fear and always been a thing. There has been kidnaps and bad things always happen, years and years and years ago, but it just seems like it's getting worse as time goes on, type of thing. But back in the 90s, you worried, but not as much as today, is my point. So I was walking to my friend's house, stoned, and I knocked on the door, and her dad answers the door, and he's like, "Can I help you?" And I'm like, um, he's like, "Megan?" And I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, is Megan home?" And so I looked completely stupid in front of her dad, and he probably knew that I was stoned because I forgot his daughter's name and we're supposed to be friends. And he's probably thinking, what weirdo comes to my house forgetting that their friend's name. But it was super funny because Actually, her dad and all of us still laugh about it today if I ever see her. So that was embarrassing too because I was paused for a long time forgetting her name. Her name. So just some funny and cute stories that I thought I would share with you guys. And we all have embarrassing moments, but those were a couple of mine. But that toilet paper one, let me tell you, was probably one of my top. Who wants to come out of the restroom in front of everybody, gathering or party or whatever, family function, whatever you're doing with toilet paper. Oh my gosh. So, but the best thing to do when you're in an embarrassing situation like those is to just laugh about something. I mean, just laugh about it because if you take things seriously, it's just going to make things even more embarrassing for you, and then you're going to get defensive for no reason. Because most of the time, people are just laughing with you, they're not laughing at you. So yeah, but I thought I would share some of my embarrassing moments with you guys, and please share some of yours with me if you have any, because I need to laugh. The way things have been going in my last video, the stories I was telling you guys, the way things have been going lately, kind of sour. I need to laugh. So drop comments below. Tell me your stories. I'd love to hear them. And I'll be on with another life topic tomorrow. Thanks.